if you were to kind of say that such and such a behaviour is maybe overtly racist, immediately I think people's walls go up and people become defensive and say, well, I'm not racist and I don't think this and I don't think that. Whereas if we start to look at something that's much more nuanced, like unconscious bias, this is something that is kind of proven and cited by lots of psychologists to say, actually, it's a natural human trait that things that are familiar to you, things where you see a kind of a pattern, you have an automatic, certain associations will be automatic for you. You start to think that, people that look this way exhibit this behaviour, people that look this way exhibit this behaviour, people that speak like this exhibit this behaviour. And sometimes those biases are positive and sometimes those biases are negative. But actually the fact is that we all have them. And so I think some of the nuance around that is what people find challenging, because, we're not all comfortable being told that actually maybe what you've said in the past or your view on this is in some way prejudiced.
Not even my personality or anything, it's just the way I look and the colour of my skin. I've had like glass bottles thrown at me. I've even had people come to my house and slap me. I don't know what need for that was. But yeah, like glass stones thrown at me and like pebbles. Like when I've been with my friends. But yeah, I mean, like in like circumstances when I've been with my friends, luckily my friends are quite supportive, so I've always had like someone else defend me. So I've like when I'm with my friends, I feel quite safe in that aspect. But yeah, like times when I've had like glass bottles thrown at me before, or like I've had like eggs thrown at me. I've been either with like my family or by myself, and obviously when you're like that, you're really vulnerable.
Like local communities, like people like thinking like they should respect to each other, not like thinking you are come from another country or you are different religious. So that need to improve this local area.
I would probably say that I would definitely consider myself privileged. I'm not a minority in this country, and there are definitely. I guess it goes back to privilege as well. I guess a white male has been the default, and so through that I've never had to experience that kind of uphill bit that other people have had to go through on a daily basis.
The worst way that I think I've experienced kind of mistreatment because of who I am, when I was a lot younger, still school age with my younger brother, and he was 3 years younger than me, and we were just walking home from school, and a group of boys, quite a lot older than us, were hanging around with a dog, and they were kind of sort of shouting some things at my brother, who was just an innocent kid, not minding his own business, and suddenly the situation escalated and they were chasing us, these like two little kids, and they chased us with this dog at our backs, and it was absolutely petrifying. And we ran into a council estate, like a tower block, and we hid in there for as long as we could until like they passed or they went, and then we kind of snuck home afterwards, and I remember we were both kind of really shaken up after that for quite a long time actually.
It's that they're doing that because they don't know. It's the fear of the unknown.
We shouldn't like interfere for other people. We should respect like positivity to other people, not negativity. That's the main thing. We feel like if you think negativity to other people, that make you worse.
The worst I've been treated. I mean, I don't think that I've really been kind of treated that badly. I think I guess it's always been quite easy to be treated well. I'm a big guy, so but in terms of it's I've never found times where I've been treated, particularly treated badly. I guess maybe most of it was probably at school. I definitely had more kind of more red in my hairs, but definitely more ginger, and so I definitely got some of the ginger teasing, definitely, yeah.
Because at that point when I moved to Custom House, it was a lot more like Caucasian British than there were any other nationality. Now looking back, there's like Custom House in Europe in general, it's so multi-diverse and there's just so many cultures, which is great. But obviously when I first moved to the area, it wasn't like that. There's also a lot of bad things that happened, but I think the good things outweigh the bad things.
I don't think other people. I need to think myself who I am and where I am. I don't need to like some people doesn't like me, I don't care. Some people doesn't trust me, I don't care. But I need to respect myself first. This is my first priority on my life. So other people doesn't like or doesn't respect, so it doesn't matter. You should respect yourself. Yeah, that's the thing.
Honest conversations and being vulnerable and sharing your experiences, because people can argue down an opinion all they like, but it's really hard to argue against someone's actual experience and what they've lived through, and I think it just knocks down walls very quickly when we're brave enough to be vulnerable. And I think the other side of that is being honest enough with yourself to kind of do that little bit of self-examination, to question where your own biases are and how your biases shape your thoughts and your actions and your behaviors, and then just consider how you might go about addressing those. And not all biases are negative, like I said before, but it's really good, and I think it's a healthy practice to be aware of what your biases are and where your biases lie.
It doesn't matter if anything, if you're straight, gay, you live by yourself, you're homeless, you've got a loving family but you just want someone else to talk to. That I've always tried to be that person who I can just be a shoulder to cry on, someone you can talk to, someone you can just rant at, and it'd be okay.